Tobin and Urag have been revealed, and let me just say they look extremely interesting. So, in today's video, we're going to be going over their skills, their artifact, how I think they're going to fit in the meta. Will they make Cavalry useful again, or will they remain forever useless? What is up, guys? Meower here, back with a brand new Call of Dragons video. I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm doing a Cavalry review video on this channel. It's crazy. But joining me today is our good friend and frequent channel guest, Sod, now Mr. Big R5 of Echo. Sod, introduce yourself.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, it's gonna be a wild video. I can't believe I'm covering Cavalry, bro. It's insane. What am I doing
I
to
uh,
myself?
I didn't think you were gonna be up for this, to be honest, but here we are.
Yep. What am I doing with myself? But anyway, before I start self-loathing and go off track, guys, be sure to drop the like. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's get started. We're gonna be starting off with Urag. Now we've seen their skills, we've seen what they do. Urag is a cavalry PvP skills commander that is looking pretty interesting. He looks a bit like Goresh with some minor adjustments. I think I can
Yeah,
say.
it looks very similar.
hmm But his skill set, though, is pretty interesting. So we got his rage skill called Lead the Charge. It has a rage cost of 1,000, which is the standard. It deals physical damage to the target with a damage factor of 1,700. That's I think that's the highest.
Yeah,
That's the highest right now.
it's the highest in the game. Yeah, I mean, I think the next closest would be Embers at 1,500, but
Yeah,
1,700 is a lot of
it
damage.
is, and it spreads up to two nearby enemy legions. That's pretty big, actually. It's pretty basic, though. It doesn't have any other effects, but the damage is there. Damage is there.
I maybe that's what this hero's about. Just big damage.
hmm
Nothing special. Nothing super detailed. Just does a ton of damage. Well, I guess we'll see, right?
Yeah. On his second skill, Wolf Lord's Will. Passive. Urag's Legion. Is it Urag or Urag or how do you even pronounce this guy's name?
I think Urag is fine.
Yeah. Urag's Legion takes 10% less damage when marching and deals 10% more damage in battle. So according to this wording, right? If I'm understanding this correctly, if he's out of combat, he takes 10% less damage, and when he's in combat, he deals 10% more damage. Or am I misinterpreting this? What do you think, Son?
I think I think that actually does. Yeah, that's about right. I wonder if the 10% less damage taken while marching. I wonder if that's say he's chasing down an archer or something. I
hmm
wonder if it takes an effect there. I don't think it would, but it would be pretty overpowered if it did.
Yep.
Honestly,
Yep. Taking 10% less damage is damage reduction in general is the best stat that you can ever have in this game, and so is damage dealt. So for a skill to give both, it's pretty good. He's looking pretty solid so far, and I can't believe I'm saying this about a Cav commander. What is wrong with me, bro? I changed.
yeah.
All right. His third skill is pretty basic. Forever Onwards passive skill. All cavalry units in Urag's Legion gain 10% march speed and 30% attack. Isn't that just Emrys? Doesn't Emrys have the same
Yeah,
exact skill?
exact. Yeah, exactly. I
And
think.
it's even Emrys' third skill. The only difference is that they replaced the order of the march speed and the physical attack in the skill description.
hmm
Pretty basic so far. So far, he's got a pretty solid kit, I would say. And his last skill, Urag's Legion, bypasses 10% of enemy HP? What?
So this guy's just a nuke. Urag is literally just a nuke.
He's a walking nuclear bomb. And increases rage accumulation by 10%. So the way HP bypass works is that you're hitting someone that has an effective HP of 90% of what they usually do. That's pretty insane, actually. That's a big
That's
number.
strong.
That's very, especially on a
That is
passive
strong.
skill. That is very big. That is very strong.
And I mean, you just pair it with the rest of his skills where he's just amplifying his damage
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah,
It,
you
that's
got an you
crazy.
got an extra amplification from attack. You got an extra 10% damage dealt amplification, and then HP bypass. Yeah, his rage skill is gonna be hitting for big nukes. Plus, he has the skill tree. I definitely think he's a primary commander. Just from looking at his entire kit, you want to delete people with that. But let's check out Tobin afterwards. What's his awaken skill? His
It's
awaken,
just a buff.
yeah, an extra 10% damage factor on his primary damage and his secondary damage. It's a pretty meh.
Yeah,
But if someone was to ask
it's
me,
just a very standard.
yeah,
It's just a small buff to the rage skills, whatever.
yeah, if someone was to ask me, would you awaken this commander? I'm not sure if he is like really worth awakening. This skill was swapped with his last skill, I would say he's perfect at 5 5 5 1 because you want that extra 10% attack damage dealt and damage taken reduction, and you want that extra 10% HP bypass and range accumulation bonus speed. But you don't really care much for that 30% and everything here because you can supplement it from outside. I don't know. His
Yeah,
it's a very solid commander, I would say. If you want to work on him, then he's definitely worth it. Is he stronger individually though than the people that we have right now, such as you know Ferrando or Theodore or Bakshi or Emrys? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest, if he's stronger on an individual basis, but he's overall super solid. What about Tobin here? What about Tobin here? All right, Tobin EOS. What is the skill name? Tobin is Cavalry, Rally, and Tank. So definitely not a primary commander because those trees are awful for Cavalry. He's got his Rage
yeah.
skill, deals damage to a target legion and grants Tobin's legion mercy. Range damage taken minus 30%. What?
That's very tanky. 30% is insane.
That's huge, bro. What? That's huge. Plus, when you're but that's in combat, and a damage factor of 1,600. Damn,
It's the same thing. He hits hard too. 1600.
and he's tanky already. That's pretty
Okay.
good. All right, what about his second skill? When launching a rally, oh, it's a rally skill. 50% chance to reduce all damage taken by Tobin's Legion by 20% for 5 seconds. This effect can be triggered once every 8 seconds. What? All right, so if you're marching with this guy and you have URAG, you have 30% damage reduction by just breathing and existing. That's pretty big. But that's only for a rally, though. You'll have 30% only with the rally. That's pretty big, actually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I want to try him in a rally.
Yeah.
That's I'm very curious now.
Uh huh. And then his third skill is Oath of the Heart. All cavalry units in Tobin's Legion gain 20% HP and 10% attack. What? That's so high, 20%? Do we have anything that gives 20% HP
Um,
for
I don't
any
I
commander?
don't think so. Not that. Mm,
I mean Bakshi. Oh, that's a better that's a skill swap for Bakshi. Instead of 20% attack, he gets 20% HP. Instead of 10% HP, he gets 20% HP.
yeah, I don't think there's any hero that gives like a flat 20% HP just like that.
Yeah, for just existing. Bakshi gives 30% HP, but it's under condition of his rage skill. What
Yeah.
Garble? Garble gives nothing else gives 20% HP
No, I looked
unconditionally.
at Garwood.
Yeah, unconditionally, no. That's big, bro. Especially Cavs
Oh,
actually have
I guess
super
Indus gives 20%, but
unconditionally.
yeah,
Yeah, but Indus is a support hero.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Cavalry have pretty high base HP stat. I think it's the second highest out of all the other troop types as well. Yeah, it is the second
Is it
highest.
higher than mage? Is
It's higher than
it
mages
higher
and
than
archer.
mages?
Yeah, that's big. That's very big. Right. What about his fourth skill? All piercing light. Passive skill deals 20% more rage damage to enemy legions in front of Tobin and 10% more counterattack damage to legions behind Tobin's legion. Huh?
So on top of URAG, you're getting another 20% rage skill damage bonus.
So that's
That one's a little that one's a little funky. So I think the target you're hitting
uh huh.
is
It's gonna get
is going
deleted.
to be taking that 20%. Yeah, it's going to be taking that 20% more rage skill damage. But I guess
Hmm.
if an enemy unit is behind you, they're taking more counterattack damage when they're hitting you.
Yeah, but cavalry get
Some
deleted
you know,
anyway. I think they're good.
I
So
know.
so far they're both looking really solid. Would I work on them? No, I'm not a disgusting cavalry player. But let's see his awaken to give our final verdict here. When another hero in Tobin's Legion deals damage with a rage skill, they deal 20% more damage when targeting ranged legions? When targeting melee, they take 15% less damage? What is this stat stick? So if you're hitting, let's pull up a calculator here. Let's pull up a calculator here. 'Cause these are some pretty big numbers. So you're hitting if for example you pair them both here, you're dealing 1,700 plus 1,600 rage cycling. So you have a damage factor of 3,300 per cycle, and then you get the first amplification by 10% plus 10%. So it's 3,630, and then another damage amplification from Tobin for 20%, and then another 20%. So you're getting a total of 50% damage amplification on your rage cycle. So you're almost having a 5,000 damage rage cycle just by breathing. What? Yo, this is cracked.
Oh, that's a lot. I mean, it's like an archer nerf basically.
Yeah. Plus no more long range warfare. They're gonna be deleting
Yeah,
archers actually. I think and I can't believe I'm gonna say this. I think they might actually be good and they will have a pretty good niche. Hmm.
I mean, if I were to be like a super heavy cav player, I would just
Yeah.
have these two run around in enemy backlines and just nuke archers.
Yep. And you're gonna be super
Just target
tanky.
archers; they'll just die.
Yep. And we got their artifact here as well. It's not full description, sadly. We don't know if there's a passive or anything, but there is tremble. Tremble, I think, is the continuous damage, and it has a flat damage of up to 4,400. It's pretty insane, by the way, bro.
That's
I
a lot as well.
I think that could be the highest right now.
No, it's not the highest. There's Gold Crest at 5,500. There's
No, no, no. The high. Oh yeah, it's
Crossbow.
second highest. Yeah, the crossbow sucks though. Crossbow doesn't do good damage. There's a single
Yeah.
instance of damage. Wait, no, no, no. The Mirage Orb is
Oh,
much higher. Yeah,
there's
it's much.
probably a few. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
Gold Crest or what else? I mean,
Mirage Orb.
that's probably it. Yeah,
Mirage Orb has
just those two.
10,000. Yeah, it's definitely so. It's the third highest single damage factor nuke, and it has a dot tied to it. I don't know what Tremble does, and it most definitely has a little passive for it as well, because that's what's been being shown over the past few artifacts coming out. But all in all,
I think it's just that damage factor that you saw at the end to
Tremble,
300, right?
this one, the
Yeah, I
continuous.
think it's just that. So,
That's a
it's
Tremble, yeah,
at level one, it's 300 times two, so an extra 600 damage factor.
and then
I
scales
think
up
that's just what
to,
it is.
and then scales up to 1,800.
1,800.
That's
Yeah.
insane. It's crazy, bro. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I can't believe I'm saying about Cavalry Heroes being good. But yet again, I did say that about Theodore and Ferrando when they first came out. I did say they were good. I mean, I called Theodore trash, but I said Ferrando was good. It turns out I was wrong. And the one I called trash was the good one, and the one I called good was bad. But if I'm calling both of them good, do you think both of them will be trash?
No, I mean, in this case, they look
Yeah.
super strong paired together. I mean, even Urag with, I think Urag, if you aren't like a rally player, I think
Uh-huh.
Urag is definitely the priority.
I think both of them are super
You
good.
compare him with they're super good, but I think
Yeah.
if you're going to do one first, I would do Urag probably
I would
because
say,
he's kind of like he's the Magrat of
yeah.
Magrat Seda,
I
right? He's
will.
the dealer, and then
Yeah, I will give Tobin to Theodore though. I will definitely give Tobin to Theodore. Watch that tank. Watch that March be so extremely tanky and deal so much damage that not being able to fully stack the coup de grace won't even you won't even feel it, bro, from the amount of damage you're gonna be dealing
mm,
and how much tankiness you're gonna be having. I think cavalry players might have a shining light, a shining beacon at the end of the tunnel here with those two.
not even a Cav player, but I kind of want them.
No, cav players deserve to suffer for all the farm killing they do.
I mean, they're impressive. These heroes,
Yeah,
I imagine like G3 heroes would be super strong. Um,
yeah,
they look good on paper. I mean, we just have to see how it works in actual. I think the testing is going to be insane with these two.
yep. Plus, plus, if they're getting this good, we've already seen how cracked Mag Zeta were, and now the cavalry are looking super solid. Next cycle are the infantry, bro. Are Goroskogo gonna get dethroned? Because these two are a rally pair, so the next infantry will be a garrison pair, judging by the cycle that we've been having.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, there you have it, folks. I'm not touching cavalry. I will unlock them though for the extra 20 gold heads from the Wheel of Destiny. But other than that, I don't think I'll be touching them for a while unless they become mandatory that I need them. But other than that, I'll just be saving, I'll just be hoarding and waiting for the eventual release of our new infantry overlords that will be coming out in the next commander cycle. But other than that, Sods, do you have any final thoughts on the matter before we conclude this video?
No, honestly, not really. I don't have much else to say. I think we got all of our points out. They're looking quite strong, and if you're a cavalry player, I think you're really going to enjoy using them.
Hmm.
And we'll just see how it plays out when they're released in the game.
Exactly. Well, there you have it, folks. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please be sure to drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, Sod, as always, for gracing us with your presence on the channel. Always a pleasure to have you around, bro. Thank you so much.
Yep, no worries. Thank you for having me.
Other than that, guys, have a wonderful day. Sod, you know the deal. You don't need me to remind you anymore.
Pause didn't have to meow in your last video, do I?
You do. Pause, have my
Okay.
Discord hostage. Do you have my Discord hostage?
I know I don't. Meow meow.
If you enjoyed this video, click here to watch the next video. Oh, meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow.